Greetings, everyone. Brad here with Mild Mannered EDC, and today I want to talk to you about the Dapper 150. Yeah, it's made by KeySmart. And the reason I want to talk to you about this is something that I see and that I notice and that kind of bugs me, just to be honest. What bugs me about this is it's being marketed as the ultra slim gentleman's knife.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
And, you get something lightweight with machined aluminum and, ooh, look at that, stainless steel. Who doesn't like a good stainless steel? In fact, I think somewhere, I don't know if it was on the packaging that I read or maybe it's on there online, it says, never needs to be oiled. I don't know what that means or what that has to do with the steel, but there you go. And it was in reference to the steel, not the action, but anyways. So part of what this bugs me, so this is made by KeySmart, and KeySmart they make those like sort of key bars that, you put your keys in and they all fold into each other and it's a little bar, you carry it around. I have like 2 keys, so I don't actually, have never necessitated a need for one of those things, but that's what they are. And I've seen pictures on Instagram. A lot of people seem to like them and use them, whatever. So I wanted to check this out. It's $25. I thought, let me see what they're trying to sell you here for $25 and if it's actually worth a damn. And so it is open. I've messed with it and have been kind of trying to get it to do some things. So yeah, you get a slip joint here. That's what you're getting with this Dapper 150. And as you can see, there you go. It says Dapper 150 right there. Oops, sorry. And KeySmart. So there you go. Kind of attractive blade labeling, I guess, there. If you can start to give it some props for that. You do get this aluminum handles, which are, they're not unattractive, with the little red circles there and the KeySmart logo. So let's talk specs for a minute. So overall, this is a 6-inch knife when it's opened up. You have a blade length of 2.38 inches, a blade thickness of a seemingly slicey 0.07, and a closed length of 3.5 inches here with this little KeySmart pocket knife. And you have a weight of 2.98 ounces, so almost 3 ounces. It is a slip joint. This stainless steel is 420, according to the packaging and literature that I've read, both on the paper and online. A little drop point blade there. And so, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, it's a pinch. I will say it doesn't have a terrible action from a slip joint standpoint. I don't find it particularly comfortable to pull out of here, per se. Would have been nicer kind of if that was kind of scooped down maybe a bit more, but I understand that that's probably the aesthetic they were trying to go for, this sort of square little domino-like thing you can throw in your pocket. But there you go. So the action's not terrible. It actually, it's pretty centered in there as it goes. In fact, I think it's pretty centered, and there isn't any real, obviously, blade rock, that's not fair for a slip joint, but there's no back and forth blade play. So from a construction standpoint, this isn't bad. The problem is when you try to do anything with it, it does not come very sharp. First of all, 420 is not a very good steel, and even by budget standards, you can do better. And I think the average person just doesn't know any different if they're not into the knife world. And so, to them, that sounds fancy, but yeah, there's nothing great there. And, let me get a quick piece of paper. I had one earlier, but it sort of got all mangled up while I was testing some things. So yeah, let me show you here. This is what this, and I have not used this very much. This is sort of where it came, this is sort of kind of how it came out of the box. It won't cut. It just doesn't cut. It does if you stab in and cut. I guess you get a little bit of it. It still tear. It's just, the thing won't cut worth a damn. And so, there we go. I got a little something there. No, yeah, if you catch it just right, I guess maybe it'll cut for you. But no, but bottom line is, it's it's not a very good knife. It's just not. It's not cutting. I mean, will it open a package? Definitely. Will it open an envelope out of the mailbox? Sure. Could you bust a zip tie off of something? Yeah, probably. Are you going to be happy with that? Well, if you're not a knife person, and that's all you want to do is just have this thing in your pocket for to open a package or two or whatever. Okay, yeah, sure, get it. I mean, I guess that's all right. I mean, it's not made terrible, and it's whatever. But the question I have is sort of, but there's better. I mean, it's why would you get that when you could get for the same price this? And I think right, this is the Kershaw Atmos, and these are right in the same kind of vicinity of each other. This is 8CR, which I know, say what you want about 8CR, it's better than 420, and I mean, at least it's a legitimate blade steel. Whether it's way on the budget end, fine, but it's definitely better than what this is. And it's as part of a design. It's got a pocket clip. This does not have a pocket clip, so this is just rolling around and the rest of the stuff in your pocket. This is lighter than this. So yeah, I mean, I think this is trying to appeal to what people think pocket knives are about, or to what people who aren't into pocket knives are carrying around a knife, and sort of what sounds cool and hip and modern looking. But the reality is it's inferior to what we all would say is even on the low end of what a pocket knife, what you can get on the low end of the pocket knife, legitimate pocket knife world. I mean, you can go with this Tangram Vector button lock, which has a great blade, a better steel with its 440 Akuto. It's better looking, in my view, than this. And again, lighter. It's a little bigger, sure, but you get a pocket clip, etc. You can go with a Kaiser mini big lighter with a 154 cm. A thinner profile from this standpoint. This thing's pretty slim, so I'll give it that. But yeah, I mean, and it's locking. All three of these knives that I showed you were locking. So what are you getting from this that you're not getting from this? I guess is my question. I mean, if you want to you could just do a Swiss Army knife, which is basically the same thing here, and you get a bunch more tools and a bunch more utility out of it. And I would argue a better steel and a slicier blade. Yeah, I think this is the problem with these mass marketed sort of companies trying to, okay, we make key tools, and so now, or key organizers, whatever the hell you call them.
Pardon my French.
And we're now going to make pocket knives, and look how great it is. And I think a lot of people might pick something like this up thinking it's a good knife, not knowing that there's a lot better out there for essentially the same price. So it just kind of bugs me. It kind of ticks me off. I think this is how EDC gear gets misconstrued as. And ultimately, you end up, sort of giving someone a tool that's really not going to be that great for them. And it may frustrate them, and they may go, "Gosh, I don't know if I like this. I get nervous that the blade, does this, or, it doesn't really cut that well." And then they go, "I'm not, I don't like knives. I'm not into knives. I thought maybe I'd give it a try," and then they get soured, and then they're done. So, is this a piece of junk? No, I don't think it's a piece of junk. It's not much better than that, though. And I don't mean to sound like a snob, and I don't mean to sound like somebody. I mean, I don't think I'm a snob, especially when I'm here telling you how. I mean, I but for Pete's sake, I mean, this is not a very good knife, and I wish we could get people away from thinking that this is the kind of tool they need, when really there's a lot better options out there for them to be focusing on, and that I actually give them some joy, and they might actually find out that they like carrying around a sharp, slicey tool in their pocket instead of a relatively dull, heavy square that is not all that convenient and has to bang around in the bottom of their pocket with everything else they've got dangling around in there. So there you go. That's it's a quick little review on a product that I bought mostly out of spite, because that's the kind of thing I do. and that I just wanted to share with sort of folks. And maybe if you're watching this and you're not a knife person, if you somehow came across my tiny channel on the YouTubes, and you're checking out, maybe you Googled KeySmart or something, and this is what you found, take it from me. There are better options out there. Take a look around. Check out my channel with some of my budget recommendations. There's a lot of other great knife channels out there that can make all kinds of great recommendations on a good pocket knife to carry. This isn't it. You can do a lot better than this, and you can do a lot better than this for relatively the same amount of money. Frankly, I mean that's how the market is these days. So don't be fooled by the marketing. Don't be fooled by machined aluminum, stainless steel, and a feathery weight, lightweight, when virtually all three of these knives are lighter weight than this knife and more pleasant to carry and have better blades and are relatively the same price. So there you go. The Dapper 150. Yeah, no, not for me. Going back in its little blister case. I don't even know what to do with it now. I mean, it's $25. Like I said, I wouldn't give it to anybody because I don't really, So there you go. Sorry, this was just a little bit of a rant, but this kind of stuff irritates me because I think this really undermines the great things that are happening out that we all know are sort of happening out there in the knife community and in the pocket knife industry. And instead, people are still getting this marketed to them. And this is not a good solution. It just isn't, in my view. So anyways, there you go. That's the quick little review here of the Dapper 150. Hope you found it interesting. Thanks for tolerating my rant, and let me know if you disagree down in the comments, or agree, or want to talk about something else in general. Maybe KeySmart should stick to their namesake, which is making keys smarter, and they might be better off than trying to venture into the knife world. At least I'm not convinced this was a home run. Anyways, so there you go. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, be mild-mannered to one another, and all the best.